How do you feel right now? Honestly, it's just us. I'm not here to judge you. You a little pissed? Maybe a little bit frustrated? I think frustrated is the right word to describe a lot of these emotions. Because that little bit of anger mixed with bitterness, mixed with the fact that maybe you feel like it wasn't fair, comes down to the fact that within the college admissions process, there is almost no clarity as to why you got rejected from a school. Imagine you got rejected from like MIT, for instance, and you got an email telling you exactly what you did wrong. Say it was your GPA and you just needed to go from a 3.7 to their 3.8 cutoff to get in. You might be upset for a couple days, but you'd get over it because you have clarity. You have peace of mind. It was unfortunate what happened, but you know exactly what to do so you don't make that mistake again next time. In reality, when you get rejected from a school, you don't even get a phone call from your admissions officer. You get the same automated response email that they send to 97% of the people who applied to Harvard. Think about that for a second. 3% of people get in and 97% get the same automated email that you might have got. For all my viewers watching right now who didn't get into their top choice school, maybe you got into your second, maybe you got into your last, I'm making this video for you. One of the reasons you might feel some of these negative emotions is because it feels like all of your hard work, all of those late nights you spent studying, the times that you didn't go out with your friends or you skipped out on spending time with your family just to grind for school, for your college apps, it feels like all of that work went to waste. As unfortunate as it is that you didn't get in, you still did and achieved all of those things. You put in the hard work, and as a result, you built the skills. Whether it's your top choice school or not, you still have to go to college one day. And when you go to college, all those skills that you built up from doing internships, from leading clubs, from grinding those late nights working, studying, I know how that feels. But those skills that you built up will come in use for you. Don't ever feel like any of the actual hard work that you did in high school just went to waste because you didn't get into your top choice school. There's so much you gained in going through the motions, going through the process that you'll come to realize once you go to college. Don't think about this as ever have being a waste. Now, I've been rejected from colleges too, and I empathize with the emotions you're going through. But this video is not meant to be a sappy motivational talk. Oh, don't let it define who you are. You know that. Everyone says the same things in these videos. The honest reality is that there is some truth to being upset about not getting into a top choice college for how it might impact your career one day. And I think that's something that is absolutely worth talking about. There's a lot of reasons for why you might have applied to your top choice school. Maybe they had a program you were interested in. Maybe they have a fantastic pipeline for getting you access to internships and jobs and opportunities after college. And by not getting into the school, you feel like you might be missing out on those things. It might impact your career in a way that could be detrimental. The end goal of college is ultimately the job, the career, and I think this is a totally valid thing to be upset over. With that being said, once you get over that initial feeling of getting rejected from colleges, take the time to actually brainstorm where your career is at. What are the impacts of going to whatever school you're going to end up choosing over this top school, and how is that going to impact your goals? The absolute first step is determining what the objective of going to college for you is. Is it getting to a particular job, a particular career path? What do you want? If you don't even know what career path you want to go into, you shouldn't be this emotionally invested in the school. It's a college at the end of the day. You get a degree wherever you go. Once you have that end goal, that end objective in mind, come up with a plan to get there. If you're not going to be able to get access to certain internships or connections with people because you're not going to a particular school, figure out how at whatever school you're going to, you can get those same things. Your whole vision with this thinking and brainstorming exercise should be to try to get your career back on track. Even though you had this setback, you didn't get into the school that you wanted to, you can still achieve the career goal of your dreams. Let's imagine this hypothetical for a second. Let's say you don't go to your dream school. You go to whatever school you're going to attend. But in the end, you end up getting your #1 ideal dream job. Would you still be upset about not getting into MIT? Why would you be? You literally got what you wanted in the end, right? So as long as you're able to get there, there's no reason to be upset. Now, at this point in the video, I've kind of been dodging the elephant in the room here. A huge source of the emotions that you feel right now is based in FOMO, like fear of missing out. Essentially, you see other people getting into this top choice schools. You go to your high school, right? If you went to a public school like me, even if you went to a private school, it's probably even worse. You go around and people are getting into these amazing schools. At least that's how it looks from the outside. You see kids going to T20s, Ivies, Harvard, and it hurts knowing that you applied to those schools and you didn't get in. I'm gonna let you in on a little insider secret here. All those people who got into Harvard, and they can flex it around your high school right now, they feel like it's fantastic. Once you go to Harvard, people at Harvard are not flexing having gotten into that school to each other. Even if it feels like right now, every day you're comparing yourself to these other people, you're experiencing those thoughts, it's a temporary thing because once you go to college, no one around you cares. You don't have to keep doing that. When you graduate from high school, you won't see like 97% of people again. About a third of your FOMO will disappear. And then once your summer finishes and you actually go off to college, another third of it will go. That last little bit of just thinking about, what would have happened, imagine I didn't get rejected, that will go away once you go to college and you eventually start to see success in whatever career you're interested in. When you get your first internship or you apply to a competition and you get like a big break, that's when that last little bit goes away and you actually acknowledge the fact that you are in this position and you're going to make the most of it. All right, gang, it's starting to get a little bit dark outside, but I say for this last point, we just take a walk, right? One of the reasons why you feel this way about colleges, you feel this way right now, is because you are emotionally invested in these schools that you apply to. You took the time to apply to them, but also the college's marketing departments go absolutely crazy. You probably got letters from all types of schools. When you got a little email from MIT or Harvard, even though it was the same marketing email every other high schooler got, you felt a little bit excited. When you eventually apply to these schools, and unfortunately, if it doesn't work out, you feel like because of your emotional investment, that their rejection impacts your self-worth. That all of the things that you've done in high school, the SAT score, the GPA that you got, all those extracurriculars, suddenly they're a little bit more meaningless. Right? You did them, someone else took a look, and they told you that you weren't deserving of a seat at a particular school just because of whatever criterion they have. Look, I want to be fully honest with you guys for a second. I feel like the way that colleges market themselves to high schoolers is predatory in the way that they do it. There is so much push, so much propaganda for these top colleges that you fail to see the scope of the scene, the bigger picture. There are tiers of universities, tiers of institutions, but a lot of these top schools will try to convince you and push this ideology onto you as like an impressionable 15, 16-year-old that unless you go to their school and unless you get access to their programs, you're not going to be able to find success. They make it seem like it's a binary thing. The reality, the truth, is that no matter what career path you want to go into, what major you want to pursue, what school you want to go to, it's all on a scale. Right? It's on a scale of, let's say you have 1 to 10, with 1 being like, you're homeless and 10 being you're successful, right? Everything is on a scale here. If you go to a school that's 1 tier less, that goes from a 10 to a 9, and you end up going on in life to have a career that's a 9 instead of a 10, right? It's almost there, maybe one thing less. You think you won't be happy? You think you won't be able to do the things that you wanted to do, see the things you wanted to see, go the places that you wanted to go? It's easier to come to peace with things when you realize it was never that serious from the start. What matters in the end is whether or not you enjoy your career. When you go ahead and you do an internship in aerospace engineering, is that what you actually want to do for the rest of your life? Because you're going to have to pick a career at some point. And as I wrap up this video, I want to take a little bit of accountability here too. At the end of the day, I post YouTube videos with the goal of helping people. But I still put this idea in your mind that you, the average viewer, can follow these set of tips and rules and work hard. And as hard as you work, you'll be able to get into this top college. But the truth is that there's so much more to it. There is a non-zero chance that you didn't get into a particular college because your admissions officer had to take a shit, bro. They just opened your application at the wrong time and your dream school literally threw out your application because one admissions officer wasn't feeling it that day. I promise you, I will retire from YouTube before I sell out this YouTube channel, before I lose the honesty and the authenticity. Because the truth is that this whole college admissions process is there to make money. Colleges are businesses. I want to eventually make a full video on why this whole college admissions process is somewhat of a scam. But that's the truth here. I make these videos to help you guys, to help you achieve your dreams. But I don't want to feed into this meaningless, brain rot, degenerate loop of feeling that you can't achieve what you want in life because you didn't get into a particular school or university. Sure, if you get into a program that helps you, absolutely it can make your life easier. I'm in like a BSMD program right now. This whole YouTube channel that I have exists because I have the free time to do it. I'm not denying that. But the truth, the honest truth, is that you can still go out there to achieve whatever you want, regardless of how this college admissions process turned out for you. Take a look at the sunset behind me. It's peaceful. We're out here on my college campus just vibing. I'm glad to be a part of all of your college admissions journeys, okay? Regardless of how it turned out, I'm proud to have been able to put out content that some of you guys can say helped provide guidance. Let me know how everything turned out in the comment section below. I honestly, I don't get the chance to reply to enough comments, but I really do read and see what you guys say, and it makes my day. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Pratik. Peace.